From Rixie, this is the Daily Rec. I'm Hannah Weber, co-host of Rixie's dance and film podcast, Frameform. My television recommendation for today is the HBO Max original series, How To with John Wilson. So I found out about this show actually from my partner. We were having a weekend and he was like, hey, let's watch this. And I just was like, all right, let's check this out. And I have to give it to Michael. He always surprises and impresses me with some of his picks from time to time. And boy, did How To with John Wilson give me an experience none like any other. So for those who don't know How To with John Wilson, it is a documentary-like series, kind of like a little video essay in long form, 30 minutes. When you listen or watch a video essay, usually the narration goes with the imagery or the imagery goes with the narration. And when I say that, John Wilson definitely takes that to heart, and not in a poetic way, which I'm laughing because some of the imagery is just really bizarre and hilarious at the same time. When he's talking about a mess of some sort, there was one instance where there was like a crime scene and a lot of blood was on the floor, and you're just like, wow, that went dark, but also in a comedic kind of way, because that kind of a crime scene can be messy. And some of the shots that he, records, I'm just impressed that he has in this database. It's really hard to think, like, how did he capture all this stuff? Like, some of the things on the show, I feel like the way it's stitched together, it's almost that he went looking for it, or he is as maniacal as he comes off to be and just records literally everything in plain sight and just kind of has this record of what is on the tape and what he can reuse and use for the story that he's telling. So John Wilson, every episode, it's called How To with John Wilson, so there is a how-to aspect to do certain things. In his first episode, he has how to make small talk, and these are obviously some hints and guides of how to make a small conversation with someone. And he often interviews random people on the street, or also serendipitously meets someone and kind of creates this interview concept with them. And in that instance, for how to make small talk, he meets someone at a beach and basically just follows this person around to a point where it's kind of like, is this staged? Is this not staged? It's hard to draw the line of understanding reality versus fantasy in this kind of video essay docu-style kind of work. What's also so great about this show is each episode, like I've said, has this how-to aspect. So it goes in depth, not just on the topic itself, but even beyond the topic of what that is. For instance, there's an episode on like how to cover furniture, but it starts with like how to train his cat, and that turns into how to cover your furniture, how to keep your things in check and covered, and it goes into insurance and all of this stuff. And it's funny how the tangents kind of flow in and out on these weird different journeys, and then it all circles back to what the whole episode is about. If you really like Nathan Fielder, he is an executive producer of the show, so if you like him, then I definitely recommend taking a look at How To with John Wilson on HBO Max. If you want to watch How To with John Wilson, the link is in the show notes. This has been your Daily Rec. See you tomorrow. Bye.